chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains.
S-T-R-O. How many of y'all came to win? Oh, they asking my name, huh? You ready? S-T-R-O. I ain't come to play with you. Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up. I can't spend the day with you. I'm minding my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I'm made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support, bruh. Lifting up. Never not on my grind. New York City time. Another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winning side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field, hit the win. Hey yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Good beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's. Great colored coops. Oh no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable. They sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I done grabbed a few. Can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze, freeze. Stop you in your tracks, there's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, might as well forfeit. Your team shouldn't even show up. What you wanna be when you grow up? They used to ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched me. We ain't go together like camouflage and polka dots. Focus on your position, just know your spot. Sure, don't stop. It's a long season. They planning on winning for the wrong reasons. Trying to get my number retired. Can't let these frauds beat us. I figured out the recipe. Never let opponents get the best of me. I'm focused on my legacy.
Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Good beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
Honey, I dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, the man, oh, deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all. Dash, honey, y'all, dash.
It is perhaps the best home field advantage in all of football and certainly the loudest as we welcome.
words, man. I just wanna be her from your mom to your pop to the beat to the birds, man. Cut right off on the curve, like I'm Barry Sanders. Chains on and the diamonds dancing. Game on, so it's time to go. When the rain starts, I'ma let you know. Name a squad that is better though than my whole team. We a pot of gold. I'm a dog. I'ma need a bone for my whole team. I'ma let it go like yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah, whole squad like what? And it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like what? Whole squad like yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah, whole squad like yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah. You don't want problems, you don't want smoke, no, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. No, I say you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want. Yeah, I've been so my frustration, I was waiting to shine. My father taught me don't be soft, so now I'm taking what's mine. I define myself as ambitious, young, black, and gifted. Master P, my masterpiece. That mean I don't got no limits. Bout it, I doubt it. My homies know you ain't ratted. We break you down like a pound. I got it, don't pound us around me. I'm corrupted, flow cold and it's rugged, bumpy. What is up? I'm ready for war. You got to love it like yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah, whole squad like what? And it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like what? Whole squad like yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah, whole squad like yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah. You don't want problems, you don't want smoke, no, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. No, I say you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want.
All right, Coach, from one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up with the Houston Texans. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. LaShawn McCoy, the 31-year-old running back, his first carry. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Yellow.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. Complete, the tight end, Kelsey. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
From the gun on third. And it's complete to Kelsey. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards. Kelsey, such a valuable part of this offense. Made the Pro Bowl the last 4 seasons. 2018 being the most productive when he went over 1,300 yards 10 touchdowns and a great relationship between he and Pat Mahomes off the field. Very good friends, attended a bunch of high-profile sporting events together in the offseason, and that chemistry, it certainly shows on the field. On first down, Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the grab. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who does what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here.
3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. Looking to throw again. The 40, not quite to the 35. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing.
First drive going to plan so far. Now a first down carry here for McCoy. And an alley. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. LaShawn McCoy, his fifth. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Point out. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Watson will bring up the Texans here first and 10 at their own 22. Now a first-time Pro Bowler from a year ago, Lamar Miller, and just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. Second and 10 coming up. Out on the edge, you love to have cornerbacks like that can bring him down in the run game.
And you're also exposed to everyone. It really becomes a one-on-one play, doesn't it? You're out there by yourself on the edge. The best ones know how to make the play, and we just saw an example of it right there.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Throwing on third down, Watson. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now fourth down. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And it's Chiefs football. First and 10. Meanwhile, checking in on what's going on in Baltimore. And the Bengals out to the early advantage. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. And this is caught by Watkins. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards. Mahomes will bring him up first and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Now a man who really came on late last year, it's Damian Williams. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield. Well, with Damian Williams, it's notable that the Chiefs didn't make a play to go after a big-time running back in the offseason. The coaching staff said back in May they didn't want running back by committee. They trusted Williams to be their starter. You remember last year he was forced into the starting role the final 3 games of the season due to attrition, and he really excelled. And then he was excellent in the playoffs against the Colts and Patriots. Strong indicator that he was ready to be the bell cow. 16 yards, a first down.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Out of the pistol, it's McCoy. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Up to make the stop, the Texans' leading tackler a year ago, Zach Cunningham.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Switch! Attack!
Now they'll throw with Mahomes. He finds McCoy. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
That play was well covered. Just tried to check it down. Unfortunately, we're not able to find any yardage on that one.
The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down.
41's coming. 41's the mic. Watch the pass. 41's the mic. 41's the mic.
Now here's Mahomes. This is caught. Watkins. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Sammy Watkins, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. On 1st down, it's Watson. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Throwing again is Watson. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Tyrann Mathieu, normally known for the pass coverage. This time a sack.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. 3rd and long, it's Watson. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one goes for 30 yards.
This is one of those plays that could go either way, but we've seen the influence of the college game now in the NFL, where we're seeing more and more of these plays run, and that one went for a big gain.
So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll run it with Williams. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
At the 44-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Right side. 41 Mike. 41 Mike. You get blocked me. Right side.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. He'll set up the screen to McCoy. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Mahomes now 8 of 8 throwing the ball in this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Mahomes now to throw. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Nothing there, no gain, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 15. The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary.
Yellow. 41's the mark. 41's the mark. Check 41.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Whitney merciless. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. On 4th down, on is Dustin Colquitt to kick this away. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. 2nd quarter from Arrowhead. It's the Chiefs in possession. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 26-yard line.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4.
Watch the whip. Check. 26. Check 25. Check 25.
Watson going to give this one to Miller. Quick move by Miller. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
On 1st and 10, Watson. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Like a freight train there, Derek Nottie with a sack.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on set and change and at least hold people to field goals, and if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
They'll start the drive with a carry by McCoy. The tackle that time by Zach Cunningham.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Get that quarterback D-line. Get that quarterback D-line. D-line 15. 41 Mike. 41 Mike. Watch twist. Watch twist. Watch twist. 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 Hey, 41's Mike. 41's Mike. They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Zach Cunningham rolling in to get the sack.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs.
Hey, 43. 41's coming. 41's
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. He is going to find Hill here. Gets through and now an opening. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Butker now to add the extra point. And it is now 21-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
2nd and 2 now. The penalty leaves him in pretty good shape. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Kenny Stills, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. They'll try to run for it with Miller. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up fourth down. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Houston. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Watch out for Hill on the return. There he goes right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. Talk about flipping the script. That punt return 86 yards. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. A lot of times they want this guy just to try to flip field position. He flipped it all the way into the end zone.
Yeah, the rule of thumb is can you pick up 10 yards? That's getting a first down. Instead, he takes it all the way and provides a big spark for his team.
So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Watson with a give to Miller. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll go with a draw. Watson hands to Miller. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
This is Johnson. He's got it. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 28.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
The Texans with the first opportunity now from the red zone. They've got a 1st and goal from the 10-yard line. It's complete to Fuller. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the Chiefs' 4-yard line.
2nd and goal from inside the 5.
24. Check.
From the gun, a run for Johnson. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Duke Johnson, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and it's now a 28-7 ball game. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Here we go.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 31-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They complete it to Hill. And he's into the clear. Past the 20. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Now Mahomes throwing on 2nd down. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Now Mahomes. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. That one good for 24 yards. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Sammy Watkins, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
I think it's pretty safe to say that when you're up 3 touchdowns, the last thing you want to do is hang one up there and put it in jeopardy and possibly get it intercepted. Get a nice lead, you should be able to protect it. But if you get careless with the football, look out.
The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Normally when you see a short gain in the middle of a 3-4 defense, go ahead and pat the nose tackle on the back because he's holding things up and taking on extra blockers, which allows one of the inside linebackers to roam free and make the tackle.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9.
Check, 55 to Mike. Yellow. 55 to Mike. Big stop, D. Big stop, let's go. 55's my guy, 55.
Mahomes going to throw. And it's complete to Kelsey. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Travis Kelsey, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. The extra point up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
First down.
So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
Now it's Watson. Complete here. It's Hyde. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down.
A gain of 15. First down.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover. The angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
On 2nd and 12, Watson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
The Texans on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is third down and 12. Out of the gun, Watson. He may try and run for this. And a nice job there defensively to contain him and get him to the ground a few yards short of the first down marker. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still fourth down. So we've come upon halftime here in Arrowhead with the Chiefs on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. On 2nd and 11 now. Watson, and his throw's going to be incomplete. DeAndre Hopkins, the Pro Bowler, the intended receiver, and it's third down. Well, the passing game right now for them, not overly impressive. Last week he hit on right at 50%. This week he's under 50%.
And it's not just on him. Protection, a few breakdowns along the way has made him get off the spot. Receivers not getting their way open downfield. The coverage has been awfully tight. They've got to all get together and find ways to make this passing game get in gear.
A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Alert, alert.
From the gun, here's Watson. And Stills bringing it in. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. A shotgun snap for Watson. And a catch made by Hopkins. A good pickup there, 21 yards. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Hey, 31. Hey, alert 3, alert 3. Shift. Hey, 59. Shift.
On the ground, this is Johnson. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Now it's Watson, a bootleg. He's got Fuller, and he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans get a bit closer. Some quarterback drops to throw, looks over, and boom, a guy that wide open. He has to be thinking, wait a minute, this is some kind of a dream. This is too easy.
Yeah, a great dream. One you don't want to wake up from. But for the defense, almost feels like there was a bust in coverage. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that? I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so. Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless. And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Check, 41. You go night-night. Time to go night-night.
Again, it's Williams. And he's got room. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think? And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop him. Matt Moore, the backup, ready for his first throw. Completes it to Hardman. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass. And how in sync was the quarterback and his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged, because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defense coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started. And the ball situated at the 9, 2nd and goal. Now Moore. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. DeAnthony Thomas, his first touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead.
I know a lot of people look at these games and think, all right, this thing's done. Let's have some sportsmanship. Let's not try and score. You should never do that in the NFL. I've seen big leads blown, and teams that looked like they had a victory, all of a sudden we're going home with a loss.
That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minutes. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. Call it a loss of 6 on the play, and it'll make this a 2nd and long.
Set 90 Wolf. Tight right. 3 down. Deuce, 6-6, bullet high. Ready.
More now. Robinson's got it. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
He wasn't ready.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up
Ready.
3rd
70,
and 12.
Indy.
Yeah, let's get sack lunch.
Now it's Sherman, the fullback. And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain. Give him 3 yards there, as that'll take us to 4th down.
And that was a good collision right there. And I know this as a former defender. If you're playing linebacker, you're going through a checklist on every play on who you think's going to get the ball and where you think the ball's going to go. Rarely do you expect the fullback position to get it. And on that play he did. So you got to steel yourself at that point because the contact is going to be strong.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some time.
And the Chiefs are going to get him. Chris Jones in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Here's Watson. Complete. It's Johnson. Despite a little sizzle on the move, he's still tackled shy of the 20. Give him 3 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
Brings up 3rd down.
We're set. 88. Kids are 50. Check my 50. You can't block me. You can't block me.
Operating from the gun, Watson. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. Here's Hill on the return. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive. As they score here, especially a touchdown, it's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
They stick to the ground game on 1st down. It's Williams. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And he's taken down inside the 30. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 28.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Here we go. 60 outlaw.
Let's get off the field.
Hey, exit. 41. Shoot.
On 1st and 10. Moore. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
2nd and 5. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
Down. 50. Plant.
I got you, son. I got you.
Hey, Alpha. Big rip.
Back to throw. Moore. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Looking to throw on second down. Watson. Flush to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. It was Breland Speaks getting home to the quarterback that time.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. 3rd and long, it's Watson. It's complete to Hopkins. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for 4th.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent game. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the 4th quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says?
What?
Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance, where they took control of this game, how they've managed to keep control of this game, and then we go ahead and think about how we're going to leave here and get to the airport. In a lopsided blowout, the roads are usually open.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Get it.
2nd and 11. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
2nd down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. Looking to throw. Moore. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd.
And the Kansas City Chiefs. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Let's go now. 60 Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Check.
80 weapon. Check. Ready.
To throw is Moore. Off play action. The right side going to be caught by Hardman. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line.
Set, ready. 18 Gator.
Check 41.
Hey, Charlie.
41.
Set, go.
Back to throw. Moore. And Thomas has it. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd and long.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Whitney merciless in there to get him, and on the season now that is 9 sacks for him.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Ready. And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on third down. Moore operating from the gun. That's complete to Robinson. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for fourth. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Here's Dustin Colquitt now, as he's on to punt for Kansas City. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
That's set. 19. Mike, number 59. 53. Now let's go.
They'll run it again with Miller. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
Wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Well, it looked like a quick hitter, a 3-step drop, but when it's not there, what do? He elects to try and escape through the massive bodies up the middle, and he does so and picks up positive yardage.
To throw again on 2nd down, Watson. And his throw is incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Watson. He finds Hopkins complete. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Watson from the gun, he'll throw. And it's caught, the tight end Hill. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
First down, Houston.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go.
I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you down and go.
Now a first down throw, Watson. And the catch made by Johnson. It's a gain of 5, and it'll make it 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Watch the twist, watch the twist.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Kansas City, it's a much-needed victory as it gets them back to 2-4 on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for Houston, the downward spiral continues as they drop to 0-6 now. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
The young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial.